Trigger warning. There are some off-color jokes about stillborn babies towards the end of this podcast. If that is a trigger for you, it may be best to skip this episode.
Dude, Luke, the printer's still busted, man. What the fuck?
Welcome to episode 132 of the Topless Robot podcast. My name is Ryan.
I'm Tyler.
And I've come undone.
I'm Kalen.
I'm just hoping that camera's on.
It is.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure, because I turned it on as soon as Kalen walked up the driveway to make sure that I caught everyone's icings.
We learned the mistakes of last week.
The folly of yesteryear.
Now, it's also recording, correct?
Yes.
Welcome to a podcast where we talk shit about FDR's policies.
I want to start off by saying sorry in advance if the audio quality is dubious.
Tyler's submitting too many alpha rays for us to get a clear signal.
All we hear is Dan's beard scraping across the microphone.
We are
Topless Robot ASMR.
we are using lavalier mics this week, and
I feel so free.
like it's nice because we don't have a mic blocking our face and stuff like that. But the audio quality is obviously not going to be like these are tiny little, small diaphragm.
You can get
mics.
the full frontal of how ugly we all are.
I can't wait to go to the bathroom and forget to take my mic off.
I should have done that first. I should come in here and grab the mic.
The best is when, like in Bible college, I learned how to baptize people. Mm-hmm. The best is when the preacher forgets to take the mic off when he gets into the thing.
And then the kid dies.
No, because he's wearing waders. In this nice heated indoor thing, but they're still waders. And so you just hear the weird sounds of PVC getting wet and moving around and shit. It's great. It's a vibe.
It's a mood.
It's a vibe.
It's a mood.
No, it's not a mood, it's a vibe.
Is there more to baptizing somebody than just dunking them in the water?
Yes, there's a whole thing.
Oh, I don't know.
I do though. I can baptize you. I just got ordained this week, so now I can do weddings.
You just get them into ankle deep water, you put your foot here and you just...
No, it's got to be deeper than that. We're looking at least waist high. So that way I can gently roll you on your back, dunk you, and then pull you back up.
I've been pushing.
I now baptize you, my brother, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, buried with him in the likeness of his death, and then you dunk him, and then raised with him in the coming of his presence. And you pull them up, and you send them on their way, and you get the next one.
It's more fun if you throw them in deep water.
I thought I was baptized because I was thrown in the pool last time I went swimming. I thought that counted.
Does not count. I'm sorry. It does not.
Is the person who threw you in the pool a preacher?
No, I think they were Mormon though.
What if the pool was already consecrated beforehand?
The water doesn't need to be consecrated. The whole point of baptism in Baptist churches is the actual act does not do anything. It does not send you to heaven. It does not do anything. But it is a public demonstration of your commitment to following this path. And it also is part of your church membership.
So if the water is consecrated, it just infuses you with the almighty power of Christ.
Baptists don't even have any consecrated shit. It's kind of boring. There's no the Eucharist thing, that even Baptist churches do. It doesn't. We don't actually. I did not used to believe that it was actually turning into the blood and body of Christ. It was just all symbols and stuff like that.
Then why did I have my pool installed on holy ground?
You got suckered, man.
Why did I dig up all those graves for nothing?
Oh man, that'd be so cool to have them at the
I didn't
bottom
realize
of the
you
pool.
lived in the poltergeist house.
It's the pooltergeist. Boo.
He just won't leave the pool party.
Also, on the topic of Mormon, like you suggested, I don't think they believe in Jesus. I don't think they believe in blessed water or anything like that.
They believe that the Native Americans were angels.
And that touching your junk by a holy man, and also when you're dead, is a thing. Magic underwear as well.
Yes, magic underwear.
Getting
Mormon Jesus.
Mormon Jesus.
A long time ago, a spirit child from one of these planets identified God. Mormon Jesus.
All I know is
I gotta go.
all I really know about
Mormon Jesus.
Mormons is that they soak.
Yeah, so
They soak.
Yeah.
Because Mormon
soak.
Jesus likes a good dip. French dip. preferably.
Because
against the rules.
yeah, as long as you're not thrusting, you're not committing.
can't see
yeah.
him.
So,
wait,
Yeah.
is God a T-Rex in this situation? As long as there's no movement, he can't see you.
You can't use thrusters. It's got to be entirely through gravity.
You have to be very still. He's watching you through his hat.
Well, the Johnsons are doing it wrong again.
I have to ask, since you know of the Mormon Jesus video, did you see the shitpost version of it?
Oh, I think
where the leper goes, "Stay back, I'm gay."
Yep. Well, I mean, there was the song. Somebody made a song poop with that one that
Yep.
Brent and I used to bump all the time.
Mormon Jesus.
Mormon Jesus.
Oh, you're bringing me back.
Yep. To the old YTPs.
Most of what I know about Mormonism comes from the Book of Mormon.
Still counts.
Didn't we just talk about on a recent episode? We talked about how in the Mormon episode on South Park, where they're telling the story of Mormonism, and on the bottom of the screen, it's flashing. They actually believe this.
Same thing with the Scientology
That's what
episode.
it was. We were talking Scientology.
You know-
and we likened it.
Oh yeah.
You know, what a fantastic Easter. I'm sitting around with my friends, drinking a beer, talking shit about other people.
I keep
a religious
forgetting that it's
way.
Easter.
It's
Jasmine and I
Easter.
were going to go shopping today. We were going to go to the dispensary, and then we were going to go.
Buy drugs.
Yes. And then we were going to go
Just
to.
like Jesus would want.
It is finished.
And then we were going to go
was
to
his
Michael's to
cry.
get frames for stuff. And so getting all dressed, ready to go, Jasmine walks in my room. She goes,
Everything's
I don't think
closed.
anything's going to be open. I'm like, oh shit, it's Easter. People are celebrating Easter today.
I forgot that Easter was a thing for a while.
Yeah.
Rubes.
Yeah.
Happy Saturnalia, everyone.
I went to
whatever
an
it
Easter
is.
lunch today.
Is that
It was
Christmas?
the first time that I've done. Yeah,
I know it's
my
the holiday
girlfriend's
where people fuck.
family is very religious, even though she's
Oh, wow.
not. So they had like an Easter lunch and
Yeah, I had an Easter
China
lunch.
and all that stuff, and I was like,
We ate ribs and potato
happening?
salad and cheese grits and broccoli.
All I've
Yeah,
had today is
ham.
frosted mini wheats.
You should have.
Although
I had a lot of ham.
getting iced by Ryan felt a lot like finding an egg.
a rotten egg.
With an actual reward.
Yeah, way better.
2 years
God,
ago.
can we do a fucking Easter egg hunt where it's all ices?
So
you have to chug each one you find on the spot.
2 years ago, Jasmine and I moved
Yes.
into this house, and we had our housewarming party where we had plastic eggs that each had one of those like airline booze
Yeah.
things in
shooters?
it.
Fun
And
size.
so everyone was allowed to. Everyone, went on an egg hunt for their little shooters.
Dope.
I remember that you guys were finding eggs for weeks afterwards.
That was amazing. Everyone
It's almost like drunk people aren't very good at finding things. I think their perception is a little dulled.
You put it right in front of their face.
You know what I'm really excited about is tomorrow when all that Easter candy hits clearance.
Oh yeah.
Robin's eggs for days.
I'm a Cadbury egg man myself.
I can't. That's too much for me. But my favorite thing is, and I haven't seen it since I moved out here. But my favorite thing is Stover makes an egg that has marshmallow and caramel. in it.
Yes, they do.
And it's chocolate coated, and it's so fucking good. Like you wouldn't necessarily think that caramel and marshmallow would go together or anything like that. But man, I fucking love it.
You see that Pepsi did a flavored.
Yeah, but you can't buy it.
Yeah.
I can
Just like the Mountain Dew hot sauce. Fucked up.
only
Just like the fucking
giveaway.
90 packs of PBR that we didn't get here either. God damn it.
Oh, the big boys.
Long boys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember.
I don't know.
That long? Fuck.
You gotta be like a Russian lady and like a log, just like throw it over your shoulder.
Right.
Hey, today we're playing the Euros.
It's been a long winter.
I'm assuming it's reinforced. It's probably like tougher cardboard.
I don't know.
The podcast is static.
Half of the podcast is static.
Static.
Well, it's probably Tyler's fault for sure. He's trying to listen to CDs with his static power again.
Maybe. Let me know if that helped.
Let me know.
Yeah, right. Oh no.
Is it not working?
Oh no. It looks like it's working.
Check.
Weird.
Checking a cash.
Cash one.
Cash money.
Okay, cool.
Cash is everything around me.
So we should probably restart.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. No, unfortunately. Fortunately, I'm recording each of our mics
know why?
independently, and what it was one of these was producing static, so I just
Spicy.
muted
You know,
those.
you know the reason why? It's
It's
because
because we were talking shit about religion.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus is like, may your
Hell
podcast
no.
be smitten.
no, Jesus is mad because Tyler keeps watching cartoon porn
It's true.
on his sacred day.
Yeah, you can't thrust. You gotta
soak.
float.
Got to soak.
Soak.
Gotta soak.
Gotta soak.
It's not fucking, it's fracking.
So like masturbation, do you just like have to?
Well, they don't use the M word in this house.
Do you just like?
Still happening, just less.
Oh, weird.
Why?
We gotta blaspheme a little less, y'all.
We said Jesus.
Maybe we should make fun of another religion so Jesus doesn't feel left like he's the only one that's getting dunked on.
Right.
I guess. You know that Vishnu dude? Fucking all those arms and shit? Like, what the fuck?
What's up with that?
So we've been talking about Easter, and I think that oh no, that's not even the right one.
What's your favorite Easter DLC skin for Fortnite?
The only skin I ever use is Tomato Head. You know what we haven't talked about?
The stomp.
What they did to Tomato Town. They blew it up.
They blew up.
It's gone!
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about the new season of Fall Guys. But
Where's Vito Pepitone supposed to live?
I mean,
He
Vito
perished in the firebombing of Tomato Town.
Vito
Rest in
Pepitone
peace, Vito
exists
Pepitone.
in my laundry room still.
Good.
Everyone,
Good.
hand gesture for Vito Pepitone.
Chef's kiss for Vito Pepitone.
Yeah. All right. Spectacles, tacticals,
Hey, y'all need to
wallet,
forget
watch.
about it.
So
And by his sauce, we are healed.
by his sauce we are healed.
And drink of this marinara, for it is my blood.
Do this in remembrance of me.
Eat of this pizza, for it is my body.
Eat of this spaghetti, for it is my body.
Our Father, who art in pasta, tomato head be thy name.
So I think Jasmine must have just shown me this message, but Donald Trump has been issuing a series of messages in picture format that just say from the 45th president of the United States, and in every single one of them he's talking about how the election was stolen from him and shit like that. And
Is he making them in paint?
Oh, I really hope
It's
so.
really bad.
they don't look like official communication
He couldn't
at
figure
all.
out how to pirate Photoshop.
He actually used.
No, he bought Photoshop, but doesn't know how to use it.
Yeah.
He used
How do I
colored
activate
pencils.
my license?
He used colored pencils and then just scanned them.
This sounds like an Apple problem, and I hate Apple computers. I really hate them a lot.
That Steve Apple guy.
He's him and that other guy that made that vaccine with the computer chips in it, man. They're the real reason why the election was stolen.
Yeah, so apparently his Easter message was Happy Easter to all, Trump said, including the radical left crazies who rigged our presidential election and want to destroy our country.
I don't know if I want to destroy our country, but, let's
Thank you.
I want to destroy Donald Trump.
Let's rough it up a bit. Let's rough it up.
Make it so you can't return.
Let's just bully the government into raising minimum wage or something. Like, hey,
Bet you're a nerd that won't
Okay, here's
the minimum wage.
Here's the one I was looking for.
School and we line them up in front of lockers and just go down.
Here's
Spoilers for everyone.
hand them a bunch of
Does
books
that
so we can
count as
just.
baptizing?
Here's the one I was looking for. Why is it that every time the 2020 election fraud is discussed, the fake news media consistently states that such charges are baseless, unfounded, unwarranted, etc.? Sadly, there was a massive fraud in 2020 presidential election, and many very angry people understand that. With each passing day, and unfortunately for the radical left crazies, more and more facts are coming out. Other than that, Happy Easter.
Cool.
What's funny is that if you use the word fraud, it has rod in it, and that's a penis joke.
Your impression is so bad it almost became good.
I know. I'm just going with it.
I like it.
All your base are belong to us.
Alec Baldwin, eat your heart out.
I love that Dr. Rabbit guy.
So, in other important news,
Have we finally decided,
very important
Have we
news.
finally decided the subs versus dubs debate?
The second episode of the Mighty Ducks Game Changers was released on Friday.
Yeah, I kept scrolling past that. looking for other stuff.
Who won?
The Bruins.
Of course they did. Those fuckers.
I mean, obviously
So
they
the
lost
Bruins
their
are the
first
Leafs, right?
match.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be an underdog story.
Come on, it's a
say
Mighty
under-
Ducks movie.
Did you say underducks?
Yeah.
Tight. I'm with it. I'm here for that.
Ducks are rapists.
Yeah,
And they have corkscrew penises.
yep.
Gordon Bombay's corkscrew penis move.
And they-
Patented
they're like-
Mighty Ducks
and
knuckle
like
puck.
extendable
And
too.
duck vaginas. Ducks
They have
have.
false vaginas.
Yes, they have dead end paths that they can force a duck penis
my
to
life.
if they're being raped.
You were expecting a vagina, but it is I, Dio.
How does this fit in with the conspiracy that birds aren't real and they're all government drones?
Well, I mean,
Ducks aren't birds. Ducks are fish.
have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
Ducks are actually bats.
Ducks are fish.
Guys.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
Happy Easter. For you Hollywood elite cucks.
Ducks or fish might have been the lamest possible response he could have given me to that.
Why?
I think ducks control a lot more because every time I try to text, it autocorrects to ducks. Every time I try to use naughty language.
There's that guy that wrote that totally true story that Bloodsport is based on called Frank Ducks or Dukes or whatever. I don't know. Kumite.
And there was obviously a new episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Is it the one where they learn how to love again?
Actually.
No, apparently. So now the new drama with Marvel is that the fans are sending death threats to the guy who's playing the new Captain America. Jesus. Because people don't know, like people can't separate the actor from the character. No. And it sucks. It's fucking shitty. And he's supposed to be a flawed Captain America. He is supposed to be the motivation for Falcon wanting to get the shield back.
He's supposed to be the great value Captain America.
Yeah, exactly.
Captain of the King.
Captain America, you get off Wish.
And what's interesting is the same thing happened when the new Cap was introduced in the 80s in the comics.
They'll send.
Like, people got pissed off about it. People hated
Well,
it.
they got mad when Cap said "Hail Hydra" in that one issue of.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was kind of a cool alternate universe.
Are they going to do that with this
Captain-
Cap?
I have no.
They
So
show him like what do you say? He's like, they better not get in our way.
Yeah, like he's definitely. I mean, like I said when we first talked about it, was
This ain't Grandma's Captain
it's the first time I've ever seen Captain America shoot someone.
There was a lot of violence in this last episode. It wasn't a great episode, but I was surprised when a lot of people died.
Yeah.
Like fairly viscerally.
I just can't get over, like, imagine being such a smooth brain that you actually send death threats to actors.
Yeah, right.
Right, like that's the disconnect.
I mean,
that
I guess
always
it
had.
means he's playing the
Death
character
threats
well.
to any actors, send them to Jamie Kennedy.
Like it just
pretty
takes,
much.
It takes so much work to send a death threat that it's like it doesn't make sense to me. Like I'm never mad at anything I watch
They can
long
figure out
enough.
how mail works, so they can't figure out that it's a character.
Right, I'm never mad at a TV show long enough for me to get up off the couch, go to my desk, pull out some paper, fucking write a draft.
I'm just gonna
approve
point out-
that draft, write a final copy, fold it up perfectly, just put it in an envelope, lick the stamp, lick it again.
I'm pretty
put it
sure
in the
they're
mailbox.
emailing this dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure they're tweeting.
That still takes work.
Not all the work that you just outlined.
Wrapping a pipe bomb, finding the right postage for it.
Now I want.
Finding
now
a
I
cool
want a new
mailman.
feature of-
Having that pipe bomb get returned because I didn't calculate the postage right. Oops,
Right.
I'm dead.
Buying some set
package.
tags off a shady dude on the dark web,
Immediately just open it.
Actually, that kind of happened, if I remember correctly. So the psycho who the psycho fan of Bjork.
I forgot.
Filmed
about that guy.
himself. He was out of his mind. You can find the videos online of like all the videos that he recorded of himself. Like he had set it up where he mailed a bomb to Bjork and calculated when about she would be opening it, and killed himself at the same time, so the two could be together in death.
What a dip.
That's so romantic.
And I mean, honestly, it's genuinely scary to see this guy talk because, like, to actually see true unhinged psychopathy. Well, not even psychopathy. He's gone. He had shaved his head. It's scary to see a human being so
What's his
loose.
Bjorked. He was Bjorked in the
real
head.
What's his nationality? Is he an American?
He's American, yeah.
Okay, I kind of figured that.
So,
Come on, it's either the answer there was either Russian or American. Maybe East Pole.
we have weird '90s German radical terrorism too. Okay.
I think someone got wind of it and intercepted the package beforehand, or the package didn't go off, or something like that.
New York doesn't actually accept mail anymore. Just personal disconnect, relationship. doesn't work
He actually just got the address wrong.
Prayers on the wind. You can buy her Tibetan prayer flags online at www.bjork.com.
But yeah, back to Captain America. When in the 80s, when this arc happened, Cap was still alive, and he was just like taking a break, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with the arc.
I remember that he took a break a couple of times, that being one of them.
Yeah.
And then he died once.
He did die. He died during Bush's presidency.
Yeah, he died in like 2004 because I remember when I was a kid, like they had a real funeral for him at Arlington National Cemetery because like NPR was covering it, and as a kid, I was like, "No, Captain America is dead. He'll be back next week."
I was fucking applauding the people who killed off Captain America, because at the time it felt like America was dead.
I wasn't old enough to have those feelings.
Nope.
I just figured people would only get outraged about the new Captain America if he was black.
I'm shocked.
When freaked out
when
about
Cap was like, Cap was like, "Yo," he basically handed Falcon the shield at the end of that last.
Yeah.
I was just like, perfect, fantastic, great. He's gonna be the new Captain America, and it's gonna be cool. And then now we have to deal with this fucking bullshit where he's got to wait in line to get that shield, and I'm just like, just show it to me already.
So Sam does become Captain America. Like, that's canon. That's established canon.
In the comics.
In the comics, yeah. Also established canon in the comics is the guy who's playing Cap now becomes U.S. Marshal.
Yeah, and he's all right. He's a guy.
That's it.
I don't know anything
He's
about
a
you.
character
It's
you
a
can
great
unlock.
character
He's
name.
a skill
I don't know
you can unlock
anything.
There is a fucking superhero named U.S. Marshal.
Yeah.
Could they have come up with a less lazy nickname?
That's like
Well, like you could unlock his skin in.
Ultimate Alliance 3.
Well, I was gonna say earlier than that. Like I think you can get Cap in X-Men versus Street Fighter.
It sometimes takes him a while to navigate the library.
I was
of the
diverting my
Mind Palace.
brain power to it.
Searching, please wait.
just a buffering symbol.
Oh yeah,
None of you know this until
in,
now, but I've actually been Brooks's mind slave this whole time.
he just evaporates. I have reabsorbed the gray matter. I have formed this man. Breathe life into it. On Easter Sunday, you are free.
I have reabsorbed the single brain cell I used to create Dan.
That's why you can't grow a beard.
Moral of the story is fucking stop sending death threats. Just in general. Just in general. Don't do it.
Do something
But if
positive
you
with
are,
your...
send them to like Matt Gaetz or something like that.
Yeah, we can talk about Matt Gaetz.
I don't know anything about this. So
Gaetz.
I usually don't like getting too political on the podcast, but I think Matt Gaetz is fair game because he looks like the Joker without his makeup on.
Yeah. He also, apparently fucked an underage child.
Yeah.
Oh, I did hear something floating around the internet about somebody doing that. So
And his tweet from a couple years ago, in Florida, any age can be sexy.
Yikes!
Something that he actually tweeted.
Yikes!
Yeah, something.
Dude.
So it's.
I didn't know that.
I had heard about Matt Gaetz like in this scandal that he had a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old. And then I watched Hassan Piker streaming, and he was talking about Matt Gaetz went on Tucker Carlson. And
that's where I've heard of this.
he got Tucker Carlson real pissed off by.
Oh no, that's so hard to do.
Well,
But they're both right-wing idiots.
yeah. So Matt Gaetz brought up and compared his situation to Tucker Carlson being accused some like 10, 20 years ago. And just in bringing that up, you could just see Tucker Carlson clench.
Yeah. I mean, does everyone with a screw-on hairdo like Tucker Carlson have an allegation like that in their closet? Because I feel like they do.
Probably. Oh, yeah. So, Matt Gaetz...
Is that irony?
While
Projection.
while Hassan was playing this, he starts going through tweets from Matt Gaetz. One of them is that this should be the Florida motto. Any age can be sexy. And he has a surprising amount of photos with him and young girls. Like,
and
now I would consider those not to be surprising.
no. So,
and in not an Oingo Boingo kind of way.
yeah. I love.
If he's not a kids TV show host,
Right?
Yeah. Well, so
if he's not hosting the Kids' Choice Awards,
you would
back
think.
the fuck off, man.
You would think that, like, some of this stuff, when you look at it without the context that we now have, it could be brushed aside as just like a politician doing community outreach and shit like that. He would go to schools and talk to kids and stuff like that. But now, especially with the context that we have, when you look at how many photos he has on his Twitter of they're selfies with little girls.
When he said he was trying to reach the kids, he didn't mean metaphorically.
Yeah, no.
He meant literally.
Yeah. And it's also worth noting that he is the one person in the House. He is the only person who voted against a sex trafficking law. Law.
Literally,
every Democrat and every other Republican voted for it. He's the one person who voted against it.
I feel like that's just a general everyone votes on that because if you don't, you're creepy.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's some like oblivious like nerve.
That's like shit you blindly sign when you're like trying to leave early on a Friday. Oh, child trafficking? Yeah, fucking no one's mad if I'm working against that. All right, here we go.
And
To the Hamptons.
a lot of people have been having some fun with the phrasing that he's decided to use.
Oh boy.
And that phrasing being, I never traveled with a 17-year-old.
Oh. And that's what they're getting him on as a sexual.
Oh, he's never traveled, but he's gone all the way. Gotcha.
Yeah, there's never been any traffic with
just
17
soaked.
years.
No.
Smooth sailing.
But
He did was soak.
Like,
But-
God's okay with it.
but there's evidence that
Woman God is okay with it.
there's evidence supposedly that he flew this girl out to places. So he never traveled with her, but he paid for her to come to him.
Yeah.
Gross. How dare you?
I'm sorry, that's horrible.
So
I'm sorry, that's
death
really
threats
bad.
aren't all bad. No, just kidding.
But yeah, send that guy some death threats or I don't know.
It just makes me.
Maybe not death threats, but redirect your anger from a fucking fictional Captain America to a real life fucking pedophile creep.
Yeah.
Somebody
Which is
just
funny because he's
down an
part of the
escalator.
Q movement.
Oh yeah, and that's what
And
they're all
they're
about.
all anti-pedophile.
And once again, projection.
They think the Democrats are all pedophiles who eat babies and need their adrenochrome and shit like that. And
Mama, don't take
here
my
we've got
adrenochrome.
Matt Gaetz, an actual pedophile, allegedly. And
You can just tell by looking at him.
yeah,
I think black metal bands already have the market on infant blood cornered. I don't think the Democrats can make it in.
Yeah, isn't it weird how
They're
like
too square.
isn't it weird how like if a band is like talking about like impaling babies or some shit like that, we can be like, that's not for me, but it's whatever.
Yeah, you do you.
Yeah, but the
Speaking
moment
of-
it turns into the other thing, it's just like, no, fuck that shit. Like, I bought an album on vinyl because it was a barbed wire pentagram with a bunch of like fetus detritus just strewn over it for the shock value, and they let me walk out of the store with that, and it was fine. It was a terrible grindcore album. There were 30 songs on it. It was 26 minutes long. It was.
Okay, speaking of
too long.
It was a band called
hypocrisy
Manticore.
with imagery, how about the outrage? People are outraged over Lil Nas X for giving the devil a lap dance, but hard rock music has been playing with that imagery for decades.
yep.
I think a certain band
because
was
he's
literally
black and
riding
gay.
the highway to hell, and they were okay with that.
Because he's not a woman in a sexy outfit.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's gay and black.
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay.
listen to any AC/DC song.
Yeah. And people are outraged.
Okay, maybe you won't understand every AC/DC.
Open up the CD. Maybe you don't have the CDs.
Thunder.
If you like AC/DC and you complain about not being able to understand metal vocalists, you can just go fuck yourself.
Oh, it sounds like a pig is squealing.
In some cases, a pig is squealing.
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean, I don't listen to those albums, so
Anymore.
I'm not a Muppets guy when it comes to those weird off albums.
By the way, did you guys actually? Oh yeah. That music video is fantastic.
Do what?
The Little Nas X.
Oh, it's a great
It's
video.
so good.
It's a really good video.
And I honestly kind of like
Maybe
the
they
song.
didn't. Maybe they were so disgusted they turned it off. But he kills.
Is it a bop? I haven't
He
listened to
kills.
it.
the
Yeah,
devil.
right.
Fucks the devil to death.
Well, he kills the devil and becomes the devil because the entirety of his life, he was told that he would these things were evil, that he would go to hell.
I saw this tweet and it's like, I don't understand why all these young gay kids are turning their back on a god who hates them.
Yeah, right.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, why don't they?
I wonder why.
Big thonk, dude.
No, his
Galaxy
imagery
brain.
in that video is fucking perfection.
It's so good.
I want to know the
And
budget.
dude can rock a pole.
He is.
I mean,
He's
in more ways than one, I'm
fabulous.
sure.
That man,
Yeah.
I thought
sure.
Sex could rock my pole.
you know.
No, I am super stoked for him being such a positive message, for young gay black kids, because homophobia has been, especially in rap, has been particularly bad.
Oh yeah, especially in the hip hop culture.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw another tweet. Sorry to just reference tweets I read on the internet. But someone was like,
Topless
if you're
Robots
afraid that
reads the
your kid is going to turn gay from watching the Lil Nas X video, then just show him the WAP video.
Yeah, and then the follow-up, instructions unclear, my kid
That's
is
how
now
you get
bisexual.
kids.
That's how we create Manchurian candidates. You just swap the videos 1,000 times, and then their mind just degrades.
Right, and you just activate them by humming of the bars of the song.
Yeah.
You can hum either song.
The Pride-Churian candidate.
The man or woman cheering.
This is the gay super soldier we warned you about.
There's some whores in this house. Yeah, just the outrage. It blows my mind that conservatives get all over, the left for outrage culture and cancel culture and shit like that.
Invented outrage.
And no one
culture.
canceled Dr. Seuss, by the way.
Yeah,
No one canceled them.
the only people who canceled the 6 books is Dr. Seuss's estate, because they are understandably.
You know what? I loved, when I was a kid, one of my favorite Dr. Seuss books was, and to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street, I think about that book all the time.
Yeah, I
am
love that.
so glad that it is that is not being produced anymore, because some of the pictures are unflattering.
Wait, was that one that was canceled?
And
yeah.
when I was a kid, my mom always took the time to point out, hey, this portrayal of Asians is wrong, and don't let anyone say that you're this, because you're not. And she didn't say this, but she basically told me to tell them to go fuck themselves. And so now that this is happening, I'm just yeah, my mom was right. My mom was right about something that isn't about me.
Are you telling me, buck teeth and everything?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Me like it. Yeah.
It actually says Chinaman.
Yeah.
Chinaman, like noodle.
Chinaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole
You know what,
outrage
Tyler?
over cancel culture is so hypocritical. It is
absolutely
real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's done.
It's the whole Mickey Rooney Breakfast at Tiffany's take.
Yeah, and it sucks too, because I know so many people, and I will say that most of the ones that I personally know are straight white girls that are like Audrey Hepburn people, and they're like, yeah, Breakfast at Tiffany's is one of my favorite movies, and I'm like, how can that be anyone's favorite movie in the year 2021?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
do you not see the glaring problem with fucking Mickey Rooney and Yellowface doing this super racist bit? It's no, I'm good.
Insanely racist.
Yeah, and so anyone who stands by that movie, it's for me. I'm just I'm not even gonna try to sleep with you.
It's another time where another movie I haven't seen, and I feel good about not seeing it.
Oh, yeah.
Keep it that way.
Yeah.
It's not worth seeing.
Just know that Audrey Hepburn sings Moon River. Buddy Ebsen has a nice bit in it, and George Papard goes on to become Hannibal in the A-Team. So there you go.
I literally only know who Audrey Hepburn was out of all
I was
of
gonna
those
say
names.
Dan's
And I don't
face
even know
just
what
kinda
Audrey
cleared
Hepburn looks like.
knowledge.
I only know the name. I don't even know what she looks
Audrey
like.
Hepburn is a badass who performed in secret ballet shows to raise money for the European resistance in World War II.
Hell yeah.
But also she was in a racist movie.
Yep. And honestly, if you're a fan
the-
of classic cinema, the chances that someone you like, is one of those old actors that you like, was probably in a racist movie.
Real high.
Real high.
And you can
Like Tom
you
or
can
Jerry.
watch you can
My favorite actors.
you can watch these things and within,
Actually, yeah, I think blackface is in Tom and Jerry.
Yep.
More like Black Leg. Well, and they do blackface here.
Yeah.
She's clearly mammy.
Well, and,
yeah.
and some Looney Tunes stuff too, but if you look at these things through the lens of historical context, and you're just yes, I know this is bad, but we're exploring X, Y, or Z of this historical thing. Maybe you can make the argument that you enjoy this movie more than just that was an okay performance by so and so.
Yeah.
But if you're just I'm gonna have a Breakfast at Tiffany's poster in my dorm room because I want to be Audrey Hepburn when I grow up.
How many people have that in their dorm room and have never seen the movie, do you wonder?
I think at
Oh,
least
yeah,
30
probably
to
a lot.
55%.
You know what? I would guess that they're all just fans of that song.
Yeah.
Moon River slaps.
The song that's the song where they talk about
yeah.
seeing the movie.
And I say, what about breakfast at Tiffany's?
Right,
She said,
like Deep
I
Blue
think
something.
I
Like Deep Blue
remember the
something,
film, and
Yeah,
as
Deep Blue
I
what?
recall.
Deep Blue something.
Think,
Do you know that?
when
Do you know
get-
that
when
was
you
the
think of
first
name, come
song
back to
I
me.
sang? I outside of a church that I sang in public. Yeah, I was 19. I'd snuck into the museum club in Flagstaff.
That
it
is
was karaoke
that
night.
might be the nerdiest thing
Oh my God.
ever heard
wait.
you say.
Just jam it in the back of
I
my skull.
snuck into the museum club.
It is
They
a
were so
club
discerning of
called the
members,
Museum
I'm sure.
Club that was not a museum.
Whoa, Brooks.
It was a club for people who enjoy museums.
No, it was a club for cowboys.
What I imagine is like I snuck into the Adventurers Club, and it's all the old, old adventurers
in 1895 when I shot that Chinaman.
sitting around with pipes in their mouths.
Yep.
And
The museum club is just for fans of Night at the Museum.
He
wrote this portrayal of that cowboy. It really gets me.
5 whole seconds, and I had to put him down.
There's like 5 guys dressed as Robin Williams, dressed as Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah, that was the first
Rami
song that I
Malek's in
sang
the
in
background
public.
trying to hide.
But I
it.
used to like that movie.
I'm a huge fan of Peter Sellers. I think Peter Sellers is fucking brilliantly hilarious. Unfortunately, he also did Brown Peters. He
did.
played an Indian.
Yes, he did. Well, I mean, that's why I can't
Native
enjoy Short
American.
Circuit.
No,
Oh.
Indian.
I haven't seen the movies.
That's
Also offensive.
that's why I don't enjoy or represent Short Circuit very
assume that
much
he's
in my
racist?
nerd
Oh,
families.
Sorry. That was my
Because of that dude in brown face the entire time, which ruins it because it's like, yeah, it's bad enough that it's Ali Sheedy and Steve Guttenberg, but we have a robot. But then here's this like racist guy.
Yeah, right.
Because like I really want that Johnny Five tattoo, but I'm just like I don't want to think about this in 20 years. And be
It's
like,
rough. Fisher Stevens is head. I mean, Fisher Stevens is a great character actor, an absolutely great character actor.
The guy that did the brown face dude in
He
Short
is. So you remember the movie Short Circuit?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you remember the movie Hackers?
Do you remember the movie?
Do you remember movies?
Do you?
Do you remember?
I can't say I do remember.
Anyway, Fisher Stevens is in. You would recognize him if you saw him because he is actually very recognizable.
Well, and it's weird too, because like I know back in the day they didn't believe that was like wrong, and it sucks because like I don't want to discount a whole bunch of interesting movies with racist stuff in them because there's something that's racist in there, and like I will watch something like once again in historical context with like, okay, this is bad, like Disney Plus with the Dumbo disclaimer and stuff like that. It's like you can enjoy this, but this needs to be addressed. So
Even
we're
when I
not
was a
propagating
kid,
this thing.
I knew those Jim Crows were horrible. Like,
Wow. I just didn't watch Dumbo all that much.
I did when I was younger. I liked Dumbo.
I thought it was kind of for babies.
I'm gonna call it dumb.
No, I just thought it was for babies.
I
I just thought it was for babies.
I'm honestly kind of surprised.
Right.
Dumbo's
That's what I
not
thought he was
dumb.
gonna say, yeah.
It's a fine movie for what it is. All things notwithstanding,
The liquor is dulling his puns.
but
Ice.
it's for babies. It's for babies.
Don't drink.
Baby! It's for babies!
So
Babies!
One more time.
No.
He's gonna wait for Ryan to start talking.
of course he is. Outriders came out on Friday.
Babies!
The new Square Enix title.
Didn't they make? Isn't that the Sonic game with the air
Nope.
snowboarding?
Nope.
This is why you don't let Brooks have 2 drinks.
Oh Lord.
This is exactly what
So
I need to give you. No!
That's gonna sound great for everyone watching.
We are
Yeah,
currently
right.
experiencing technical
Sorry,
difficulties.
everybody.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, just
Well,
bring
it's
it
okay.
right up to your lips,
Tyler's
buddy.
just like that guest pastor who's never held a microphone before.
So,
Do I talk into it just like this?
no, I hold it down here like this. Praise the Lord.
yeah, no. People always talk over the mic. As someone who has hosted karaoke for 10 years, they talk directly over the mic.
See, I'm used to people deep throating it. Like actually, like their lips kind of go over it a little bit. It's like touching their teeth.
I do that, but it's my microphone.
Yeah.
You just gotta, just get people that hold it, like. I just want everyone here to know that I am 17 years sober, praise the Lord. And I want y'all to know that on this day, yep, like this. I've seen it. It's great.
You may as well just send it into a bottle of liquor.
Is it good? You played it?
So I played it.
Yeah, Outriders.
It's
On Game Pass? Or
it's on
something?
Game Pass. Yeah.
I get my Xbox tomorrow.
Yeah.
What is it?
So it's Earth is dead, and you're part
And then
of.
how about the game? Yeah.
That's too realistic. I don't like
Earth is
it.
the best.
And you're part of a big ship off to colonize a livable planet that has been discovered. And there are probes on this planet, and you're
Sexy.
part of the first group to dethaw and drop down because you have to.
The probes from planet Babylon.
Hell yeah, the planet Babylon.
You have to. So you're part of the team that is checking to make sure that everything that the probes found is true and that the area is safe. And the guy, this all happens in the prologue.
Prologue. Sorry.
Babies. I'm sorry, Ryan. I promise no interruptions for me for at least 30 seconds.
I think that's a textbook example of comedic timing. That's so fucking funny.
So, the big boss man says, they've found what they need and just start executing your group. And you get injured and get thrown into a cryopod. After killing this guy, you get injured and you get thrown into a cryopod. And wake up years and years later where everything has been established. And it's like Mad Max kind of stuff.
So it all went south, and then...
And so you find out that you're what the people who are around can't call freaks, because there's these weird lightning storms that happen on this planet, and you absorbed some of the lightning.
Okay.
And so that gives you powers. So after the prologue, you're able to choose your class. And one of them is time-based, so space-time. So you can teleport to people and then teleport out real quick.
Yeah.
But the first ability that you have is just basically a swing, and you hit someone and they turn into a skeleton. And
So you teleport behind them and stab them in the head and say nothing personnel, kid.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Nothing.
So-
personnel, kiddo.
Is it
it's a
FPS?
fairly generic
Looter shooter, right?
third-person shooter. And there's tons of texture pop, and there's a bunch of screen tearing on the cinematics.
Wow.
On your Series X.
On my Series X, yes. That's why I was super surprised. I'm like, that's a capable machine. That's an extremely capable machine.
Good thing it's
So-
on Game Pass. You didn't even buy it.
Yeah, thank God it was on Game Pass. I wouldn't have bought it anyway.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
There was a bunch of shit because all of a sudden Microsoft's like, we're putting it on Game Pass, and everyone who pre-ordered it on the Xbox was like, oh fuck, well now we have to go out of our way to return this because it's going to be free on the Game Pass.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, you should probably just expect
stop
that new
pre-ordering
game.
games,
Yes, just expect that it's probably going to be a day one Game Pass release.
Honestly, you should never pre-order games ever. It hasn't
Yeah.
changed in the
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
decade. You should never pre-order games. There's literally no reason.
I only ever
Pre-ordering
pre-order
games
games
are
if
for
I get like a
babies.
weird special edition thing.
Yeah, so
And I stopped
I'll do
doing
that.
that because I don't have space in my house for anything.
Yeah,
Treasure chest.
and it sucks because like for as much cheap plastic crap disguised as something cool that they incentivize these pre-orders with, it's never ever ever as cool as anything I've ever wanted. Like I can't play with that. It's too big. It's too big. I'm not a baby.
I can't sit on the floor and go vroom vroom in a circle.
I can't look at that in my tiny room.
For
And be
reference, we are
like-
talking about the cloud on a motorcycle.
That's
Yeah.
like this.
It's enormous.
It is very big, and it was
No, it's this big.
it was my Final Fantasy VII Remake Deluxe Edition pre-order.
Missed Trump Brooks.
Me too. The Hardy Daytona is for babies. Real men use Magitech armor. We're Final Fantasy VI fans. Sorry, please continue.
Because you're laughing.
You're laughing maniacally into the microphone.
I'm laughing from the safety of having electronic equipment between
Yeah.
he and I.
I had to take my frustration out on someone, and Tyler just happened to be
That's right.
there.
Because Tyler enjoys things that are for babies. Like Dumbo.
Yep.
And diapers.
Speaking of things that are for babies, I finally watched Hamilton yesterday.
For babies!
Babies.
Hamilton is for babies. Real men just read
the
the book.
Hamilton by babies. It's Whamilton.
Not featuring George Michael, unfortunately. Freedom!
Now I want a Muppet Babies version of Hamilton.
Oh, by the way, so last night we watched a Muppets movie because we were
Which
feeling
one?
very silly. The Most Wanted, because we hadn't seen that one the least.
We were just feeling so very silly. We had to watch a Muppets movie.
I've been stoned all day. All right, and
Dude, Muppets Take Manhattan was like my favorite movie ever when I was a kid.
that one is fantastic, but nothing holds up to me like the original because the jokes are just it's just so funny. But anyways, right? So I'm scrolling through the Muppet shit they have because they recently
Is the
added,
Muppet one, is the original Muppet one the like
Fork in the
road
Road?
trip one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fork in the Road.
Yeah.
Moving right along.
Yeah, the Alkaline Trio covers that.
Yeah.
Yes, that one is my favorite, but we're watching one of the worst ones. Not as bad as Muppets in Space, because that one just sucked. I remember being disappointed as a
Muppets in
child.
Space.
But we're scrolling through.
Isn't Muppets in Space gonzo-centric?
Yeah, where they find out that he's an alien.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Blah blah blah. That's where the bear guy comes from. But not Fuzzy. Anyways, I keep getting sidetracked here. I'm scrolling through the Muppet properties they own because I just got the Muppet Show, all of it. The Elton John episode still slaps. And I see that they've rebooted Muppet Babies.
What?
And they've added a blasphemous new Muppet. Blasphemy.
Jesus?
That's the name of the Muppet, is Blasphemy?
No, I hope so.
Oh, it's blasphemous that they added a
Right,
new Muppet.
like I'm still mad that Scooter is a Muppet. You know,
I
like
love Scooter. What's wrong with you?
where's this? It's just.
He's so sweet.
Yeah, well, I mean, or Rizzo, you know.
is he?
Are you a serious purist?
Right.
Is he-
only
so they
only the
added-
Kermit from that cigarette commercial is real Muppet
When
canon.
did they reboot the Muppet Babies?
I think recently.
Like, oh.
How are you gonna get mad about Rizzo? Rizzo's been there for fucking ever.
Yeah, but not one. Oh my God, Rizzo is on my phone right now. Wait,
The blue
do
one?
I have any more? He's the rat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rizzo the
What's
Rat.
wrong with Rizzo?
He's annoying in Muppet Treasure Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my
Never
only,
forgiven him.
that's my only real beef with.
Okay, so
with
they
Rizzo.
added a
I know
reboot
nothing
of the
about
Muppet
it.
Babies exclusive character.
Yes.
And that
What is he?
exclusive character is named Blasphemy.
I don't know.
I kind of really hope.
Oh, so what's your beef?
My
Yeah.
beef is that it exists, Brian. I want to live in the basement with my action figures for the rest of my life.
That never changed. You don't want anything
Nothing
new.
changes. The only thing that changes
Muppets.
is the yellowing on the cardstock of my 90s X-Men action figures.
Nostalgia is a prison, my friend.
And he is his own jailer.
I was kind of fucked up last night. I was just like unreasonably mad for a second. I was like, what is this new Muppet shit? And then without skipping a beat, Barbie next to me is just like, why don't you just go yell at the sky too? Why do I old man?
Yeah.
For sure, dude.
Seriously though.
I'm finally feeling old now. I'm finally.
And it was the Muppet Babies that did it.
It was. It really was. It
That
was
was
the
the
Muppet
first-
Babies for babies.
Some people start feeling like their back's hurting a little bit too much. Other people, like, they stand up and they...
And there's too many tertiary characters in this kid show!
For Brooks. Okay, we need to start a hashtag, no new Muppets. Like,
Did you seriously just...
hashtag. It's a real life hashtag.
Finger gestures are for babies.
Babies?
Babies.
Muppet babies.
Muppet babies.
I say all Muppets are welcome.
No, they're not.
All Muppets matter.
Amen. All Muppets are bastards. At least on the Muppet Babies.
Yes.
Where are their parents?
Right.
That's true.
They're all bastards. Someone just put them in a child
you
coffin and
technically
left them on a doorstep of someone who's only legs, by the way.
Are they technically bastards or just miraculous births? Because
They're all miracles.
They are various homunculi botched by an alchemist.
Yes.
And we're just gonna go with that.
God, if Gonzo's in fucking...
They're an empty flesh suit. The soul never became one with the flesh.
Right.
So
Now I can't wait for the
I'd watch that
Alchemist.
what's the style of the new Muppet Babies?
I think
Is
it's
it like
3D-ish.
is it?
Like computer animated?
Yeah, I think it's computer animated.
So it's not. It doesn't really resemble the original.
Bother to watch the trailer.
Oh, really?
You're outraged over the thumbnail.
That's right!
You piece of shit.
That's right, just like 40% of Americans.
He's outraged over the goddamn
You about to rip this new
thumbnail.
Muppet death threats?
Look, I don't know who this little Nas X guy is, but those shoes are terrible, and so's this fucking Muppet Baby. See how ridiculous they sound? You see how ridiculous I sound?
He hadn't even bothered to watch the goddamn fucking trailer.
Right, death threat.
I bet
Jim Henson, I'm coming for you!
I'm gonna raise Jim Henson from the dead just so I can kill him again.
Jim, go back! Now
gonna come back without a soul and you'll have to puppet him like a fucking Muppet.
God.
This is getting dark.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, well, how do I bind his chakras with my hand up his ass?
Weaken that Henson.
I drew the runes on the inside of my palm and inserted it directly into his rectum.
Jim Henson's estate, if you're listening, I'm really sorry. I still want to be on Sesame Street someday. Please overlook this minor infraction of my love. Because let me tell you something. You know you're in the big time when you've been asked to be on Sesame Street. You know you've made it to the big time if you're on fucking Sesame Street.
I got some bad news for you, Brooks. Never gonna happen.
You know what? Someday I'm gonna be backstage with Big Bird, tell him to go fuck himself because craft service didn't make enough meatballs. He's a very real person.
Oh my
You're gonna
God.
walk on stage with a bottle of liquor in your hand. I disrespect the memory of Jim Henson.
Disrespect your surroundings.
Oh my God.
He farted.
I want to stuff Oscar.
I couldn't breathe. I had to get the air out somewhere.
So, anyways, I don't think that the direction of the Muppet Babies show is a direction that I, a 31-year-old adult male, is
This is
really interested in watching.
I, who fervently believes to be the target audience.
Right. You know, I am so tired of them dumbing down television in America. And like, I get that these kids want to learn, but that's what fucking school is for, okay? I want all of my cartoons to have complex storylines.
Where is my gritty Muppet Babies reboot?
I want
the new Muppet show to talk about Thucydides on the air.
Right. Wait, is Gritty a Muppet?
I want the first episode of this new Muppet Babies show to deal with stillborns.
Too old for this shit.
The new Muppet is stillborn.
I think
Today we're going to learn
The
about
Muppet babies should have been aborted, and that is my final word.
Elbo's here to teach you a lesson about why your mommy's crying.
Oh my god.
Meet the new Muppet baby.
why your mom refers to
it's
multiple
so
men
bad.
as
me
John?
for sure.
Why does mommy have so many sailor friends?
Say hi, Stillby. Oh, right.
You can't. It's an uncomfortably 5-second shot of just crickets chirping.
A fly lands on it.
So we're just splicing Eraserhead into Muppet babies, right? Yeah.
Wow.
Today's episode is brought to you by the letter A for abortion.
By the letter B for beer.
Now repeat after me, kids. Today's word is stillborn.
Today's word is ectopic pregnancy.
All of the Muppets say stillborn in unison, and the camera slowly pans over to stillborn again.
No, his name is Stillby.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what Tyler said.
This might
Stillby,
be the first genuinely offensive thing. Like,
and it's not even a real Muppet. It's like a half-formed sock puppet with a red vine sticking out of its stomach.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm done. I'm finished.
Ooh.
Oh my
I am
God.
spent.
It's a good thing that you're never running for office.
Yes.
There's a lot of shit.
A lot of incriminating things.
which means it's forever.
Yeah. I want the world to know I'm comfortable making stillborn jokes.
I'm tired of pretending that stillborns aren't funny.
Oh god.
I mean, I wouldn't have said that. That's
Yeah,
offensive.
that's going.
Yeah.
That was a Joker quote.
We're gonna have to edit that one out, Ryan, for later. Sorry, audience. Tyler's hatred toward God and all things beautiful and great on this planet have manifested themselves on this fine Easter Sunday.
All the
were we
views
talking
of
about?
the members of the Topless Robot podcast are their own and do not represent the views of Topless Robot as a whole.
I am a character on a television program not made for television.
This might need a trigger warning. This episode.
Yep.
Yes.
It definitely will.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was thinking those things as soon as those words came out of my mouth. It's like, we're going to have to edit this for later.
Sorry, everybody.
I'm not. These are jokes that they don't bother
It's nice
me.
to have a good laugh, though.
What have you guys been playing this week?
The system.
I don't even remember.
Hell yeah.
Mind games.
Actually, I spent almost 3 hours playing that outrun racing game that I was crowing about with Barbie stoned as fuck on her couch.
Nice.
And I've never played video games that long with her, and it was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Dragon Ball Fighters.
Zed.
Fighter Zed.
I kicked up, I reinstalled Age of Mythology.
Wow.
Played some Age of Mythology.
You hate yourself.
I
love it.
Who'd you play as?
I played a set.
Okay.
The Egyptians.
If you had been an Atlantean, I would have thrown you in the trash.
It's just so fun to have your villagers be able to collect stuff and just not have to go back to the town hall.
Atlanteans are busted. You can turn all of your characters into heroes. It's fucking stupid.
You can.
Bunch of Aquaman.
I love the Atlanteans though. They're fun.
Boo this man. It's Berserker Gang or nothing.
Boo. Yeah, Zerg Rush. I don't play this fucking game.
Damn.
I have no skin in it.
A lot of Space Station 13 this week. I have consistently used the power of meth to overcome my troubles. Someone was stalking me at the end of the round, and I was clearly their target for whatever reason. And I had a very slow shift in chemistry, so I just made as many meth patches as I could. Meth, psilocybin, and testosterone. Testosterone is a great drug. It's basically clown drugs. And if you're not a clown and you take them, the screen turns rainbows and everything you do makes honking noises.
Hilarious.
So
sounds like my life every day when I wake up.
meth, like, as long as you continue taking it and don't go through withdrawals, you just become faster when you're on meth. So your character can like zoom through the fucking hallways in this game.
So very realistic.
Yeah. So
Fiction's
Yeah.
not-
Oh, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
So is it you appear to be going this fast, but in game you are not?
no,
Or-
in game you are like you actually
Okay.
you can outrun people if you
Sick.
And I'm seriously, I see this guy start following me and he whips out a gun, and I just reach into the bag and just start slapping meth patches on my leg. And I just start zooming down the hallway and I loop back around and shove him over, and then I just start slapping meth patches onto him.
So if you take meth regularly and get too much meth,
Not that we condone that.
do you scrape your face off?
No, but there are withdrawals, so
How long does it take to withdraw?
it's very quick in that game because the rounds are so short. Like they have to make it happen faster. Basically, if you take a 10 milligram patch and it wears off, about 5 minutes later, your character is going to start like walking slower and groaning and falling over. So that's why like I had so much meth that I knew this round had about 5 minutes left. I could probably put a meth patch on my leg every couple seconds and not run out. So I'm just like, whatever. This dude's never catching me.
Gotta go fast.
And it's great because every step you take on testosterone also makes you make clown honking noises. So I'm just honk, 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 honk.
Yes, just like in Madrid, the running of the clowns.
Sonic gets his powers.
Maybe.
Sonic's just a meth head.
If you do want your skin to fall off, you have to make crocodile. You can make crocodile in that.
Oh, okay.
Sick.
Yeah.
Can you operate as a skeleton, or does it just stay there?
Oh, you die.
Yeah, crocodile kills you.
Yeah. But in that game, you can be resurrected without your flesh and just be nerve tissue and bones and be a skeleton.
Sick.
And it adds ack to everything you say. And you can chug milk to heal your injuries.
That makes sense somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Look, it's good for your bones.
This all sounds very realistic. I didn't know
Science.
that Space Station 13.
Yes,
was such a-
testosterone is, of course, a very real substance that we at Topless Robot would never abuse. If it were a real thing.
I will sing that game's
Listen,
praises
man, I know
forever.
you're hiding something from us.
Even better. If you give a clown testosterone, it actually heals their wounds very quickly over time. And if you give it to the mime, it starts killing them.
If you give a clown testosterone, he'll probably want 3 rings and a ringmaster.
So here's the last thing I'll add about that. There's a special event called the Honk Squad. And it's like a military clown force that invades your station, and it's players playing the clowns. Like if enough people are dead and around, it inserts like random events so players can come back as like enemies or anything. You can become like cortical borers, you can become personal AIs, all that shit. But the Honk Squad will come in with like bags full of bananas and cream pie cannons, and their job is just to spread comedy through the station. But they have like power armor and like fully automatic cream pie guns. And if
You shall laugh!
and I bought my way into one of those once because I just walked up and said, I have 5 bottles of testosterone. If you leave me alone, I'll give them all to you. And chemistry was untouched that day.
Nice.
Honk, honk.
How about you, Kaylin? What have you been playing?
I picked up Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Nice.
I streamed it for like 2 hours on Friday, and I was like, I'm just going to do a couple hours every Friday, and then I ended up, after the stream, playing for like another 4 hours.
Well, I don't know if you know.
I don't know why I avoided it for so long. It's the case with most games is I avoid them, and then I pick them up, and it's like I should have been playing this.
It's such a great
entire
game.
time.
So
Yeah,
good.
I was really like, I watched my brother play the demo, and I was like turned off by watching him kind of flail at the combat, and I was like, I don't know, like turn-based is really nice. I can like eat Cheetos while battling people, you know. And
Eat
this one,
Cheetos
it's like,
while you
it's
mash
very
X.
involved, you know.
Yeah.
You have, and I'm hooked.
It's a good game. It's a real good game.
As cool as Final Fantasy VII Remake is, you know, we all know the Hardy Daytona is for babies.
Shut up. I've been playing Monster Hunter Rise. I'm on to 3-star quests.
This is the one on the Switch, right? We were talking about last week.
Huh?
It's the one on the Switch we were talking about last week?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Switch.
Risen.
I'm on to
He is risen.
Not that anybody.
I'm on to 3-star quests and really enjoying it. Just, finally got to the second area, which is, my 2-star quest brought me to a second area, which is all frozen tundra. And then I think...
have you fought a Barioth yet?
I don't think so.
Have fun.
My 3-star quests should take me to another land as well.
Probably.
I know. I think is probably going to be the desert area.
Who does Monster Hunter's Capcom? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And so something that I failed to bring up when we talked about it last is that it's RE engine.
Yep.
And it's it's probably one of the most gorgeous games on the Nintendo Switch.
Runs well too.
And it has no frame drops. And
You still rocking that longsword, or have you mixed it up yet?
I switched to Sword and Shield.
Okay.
Because that's what felt most comfortable to me. I went to the training area and just tried out, everything. A buddy of mine is a Gunlance player, and I tried Gunlance, and it just seemed a little too chunky for me.
Gunlance is so fucking Chad.
I like the Sword and Shield. It your attacks are fast and strong. And you can pull your shield up. You okay there, buddy?
I have a personal anecdote about Chads later. It's fine.
He'll be okay.
HIPAA prevents me from talking about this on the air.
Okay.
But technically, it prevents you
from talking about it off the air too. Yeah.
But anyway,
so you've just incriminated yourself.
Oh no.
But yeah, I've really been enjoying this one. I'm stoked that I've finally found a Monster Hunter for me, because it's something that I've always wanted to get into and just couldn't.
It's really funny. After we're going into how this one's much more beginner friendly and everything. Literally the next day, I saw an IGN article about how Monster Hunter Rise is too obtuse for new players.
Because game journalists suck at video games.
Yes, I have noticed.
It's like that fucking game journalist who was showing off Doom Eternal and kept dying.
Yeah.
This part's too hard.
This is a well-documented thing.
I remember as a kid reading Game Informer or whatever other game magazines, and reading these journalists write articles about this game is cool for this reason. Mm-hmm. I liked that. It was nice because reading it's I believe that this person actually was competent at playing video games.
Yeah.
But the last 5 years or so, it just seems anytime that I see anyone doing an advanced review about a video game, I just assume that they only play Animal Crossing and that now they've been dropped into Doom Eternal.
And I mean, to be fair, the Monster Hunter series in general has some elements of it that can be difficult to decipher. The on-screen stuff and things like that, and there's quite a learning curve. On this one, I feel like it's less, significantly less than in previous ones.
I tried that first hunt just real quick on your Switch that day, and it was a joke.
Yeah.
Knowing
they did no damage when they hit me.
Yeah.
The world you thought was a good learning curve, but that wasn't too easy or too difficult.
I mean, so Master Rank is the actual game. You go through the story. I can't remember. It's beginner rank, high rank, master rank. All the first things you're doing are beginner rank, and those monsters they don't really do much.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why anyone would think starting up World and starting up Rise are difficult experiences, especially by comparison to the old Monster Hunter games, which were way more complicated. Mm-hmm. Diehard fans of the series, a lot of them will just say the first Monster Hunter was literally unplayable. It was that bad.
There are some things about it, forging weapons and things like that. Their visual representation of the forge tree and the upgrade paths and stuff like that, it's not great. It's a bit clunky to look at.
I don't know what it looks like in Rise, but in World it was an easy branching flowchart. It's that easy.
Yeah, and I mean it's still kind of the same in Rise.
They try to make it look cool and ancient-y.
No, not really.
In World it was.
I mean it's a flowchart.
Square.
No.
Line,
I mean
square.
In Rise.
Yeah, it's a flowchart.
Oh, okay.
But it makes it seem like you have to build a piece of armor in order to unlock whatever's underneath it of that same, branch, because the first marker for, one of the pieces of armor will be under the second marker of the piece of armor above it, suggesting that you have to at least unlock the second armor of the piece of armor above it in order to unlock the next one below it. Mm-hmm. But there are things in the world that you have to discover, because everything that you haven't discovered in the armor upgrade paths is ? Tree.
Yep.
And so there are additional requisites for unlocking these things. And I don't even know necessarily that it's necessary to unlock the above tree to unlock, ones that start later in the line, so like there's 3 columns. There are some pieces of armor that start on column 1. There's some that start on column 2. So the way that it's lined up, you would think that you have to unlock the column 2 of the previous armor set to unlock column 2 of the next armor set, which I don't even necessarily know that that's true, because I just haven't discovered what that,
So this is something I always want to say when they say this is like unnecessarily complex. You shouldn't just open the weapons and armor tree and try and swallow that all at once. Like, I just recommend get your first armor set, your first weapon, and just go caveman style and bonk monsters upside the head with stuff. And then you'll pick things up every time you play another hunt.
It does annoy me though, and once again, old man screaming at Sky here.
Get back in your basement.
My X-Men figures!
Get back in the basement, we'll introduce another Muppet.
Do your worst. It's for babies anyways. Having a manual to be able to sit and read on the toilet, has been replaced with digital manuals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's fine. But when I hear people complain about involved games that have complex leveling systems and things like that, I want to ask these people, did you sit down and did you read what the game has to say about how it does this?
I would never read the fucking manual.
Read the manuals!
No.
And I read the manual all the time.
I will never read the fucking manual.
Every time Monster Hunter introduces something new, it gives you a window that tells you what you're looking at.
That's even
And I bet
better.
a lot of people just hit the fucking skip button and think, this is too hard to understand.
Yeah, and
I don't like reading.
I know that things will be.
Bonk.
I know that things will
Monster
be.
Bonker.
If you're playing Hammer, that's what the game is.
I'd play Monster Bonker.
I know that things will become more the things that I have questions about will become more clear over time. But for example, one of the side quests that I have is to make the chief a steak, to cook a steak. I haven't been taught how to cook yet.
Maybe.
Pretty sure I haven't
don't know.
been taught how to cook yet.
It's one of those find someone in a kitchen and open enough dialogue.
Well, I was
boxes
thinking that I could go to a fire in the bases, on an actual map on a quest, and cook it over the fire.
You have a spit roast item.
There's a spit roast item?
Yeah. I mean, at least there was in World. I think I've seen people use it in Rise. You literally, your character...
Rise is for babies.
If you just get a piece of meat from killing a small monster, usually you can just open that and your character, wherever you are in the world, will just sit there and just
Oh, really?
slowly spit roast it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. So that's another thing. I never, there was no tutorial or anything on... Oh, wait. No, there was. Never mind. I was going to say there was no tutorial on having to sharpen your weapon.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's bullshit. There definitely was.
Yeah. There was. And the latest Binding of Isaac DLC came out, Binding of Isaac Repentance.
Wasn't that originally a fan creation? Was that what I heard about that?
I think it may have been. Either that or Afterbirth Plus was.
Okay.
I think Afterbirth Plus was a fan creation. And this one...
We were talking about that on the show.
This one, Repentance, has been they've been working on this for a while. And it adds reskins of enemies and a whole bunch of new features and enemies and stuff. I haven't encountered any of the new stuff yet, but I watched a Let's Player play some of it, and a lot of the new mechanics seem really, really cool.
Hell yeah.
So I'm stoked to get back into that. It's been a while since I have been regularly playing Binding of Isaac.
I've heard good things so far, because I remember fans of the game were saying the last DLC wasn't handled super well, so...
Yeah, this one, they've updated quite a lot. And they've added 2 new characters. And the 2 new characters seem to have mechanics, or at least one of the new characters has like fully new weird mechanics. Like when you pick up soul hearts, it doesn't go to your health. There's a thing underneath like your keys and your bombs and your money that's a little heart. And so when you pick up soul hearts, instead it goes there. And I think you can trigger it to spend one of those, and it becomes an orbital that shoots, like just a little blue glowy thing that orbits around your character.
Like a weird shmup thing.
like an option, basically.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So, I mean, I still have a lot of playing to do, but
Hell yeah.
Sick.
it'll be really cool. It's one of my favorite games of all time, so.
Cool. Well, Tyler doesn't play video games, so we can skip him.
No, he already told us.
He already talked to us about it.
Age of Mythology.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I thought
Nerd.
that we skipped Tyler too. I forgot that you had talked about Age of Mythology.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, oh, it's
cool.
funny, we're skipping Tyler.
Cool.
Age of Mythology is a game, guys.
It's a good game, too.
Okay,
I
bye.
love that game.
About time to wrap this up. Thank you, everybody, for watching and or listening. We'll see you next week.
Here we are at the end of our Topless Robot podcast again, and we're here to do the Topless Robot podcast unboxing special we have at the end of each episode. And today, I have an interesting item. It is imported from, I think he said it was Tibet, maybe, or it might be Nepalese, but let's take a look and see what's inside. I've already kind of opened the box a little bit just to make this a little easier and a little more fun. And fucking subscribe, asshole!